Since like 2 years now that I received this building here. We have to seek the Lord and continue asking, praying for the Lord to help us so that we could go more stronger and stronger in our faith. That's what I'm sharing to them. So we go from village to village to visit the church there and share his ministry to them. And after that, then we start to bring the team.
I think what International Servants has going on is it's perfect. They start out and train their ministries, their pastors, their churches, all the students.
There's the pioneering phase where we go into a village where there's no Christians and we share with them about Christ and start that new church. And then there's the parenting phase. They still receive about half their funding from us, but the other half they begin to generate on their own. We build a building for them at that point. And then we also have the partnership phase. That's when the church becomes self-sustaining. They receive zero funds from us, and they actually give back to the beginning process. That's where we get the pastors for the next Pioneer Church Plan.
So your financial contribution goes to help starting these churches, to seeing them come all the way to fruition, to make them a constituted church, a church that's all out on their own, that is still growing and producing missionaries for here in Belize.
Sometimes it's hard for us to go to the hospital. It's so wonderful. It's a great help for the village, for the people.
If I show up with a bunch of doctors without medicine, I can't do anything. If I diagnose somebody with ear infection, they're going to need antibiotics. If they have a fever, they're going to need Tylenol or Motrin.
When children have worms, it makes them malnourished. Over 40% of the children in our villages are malnourished to the point of stunting. We have a feeding program where we feed malnourished children. That's very important. It's also very important to deworm them first, because if you don't, it's pointless to feed them because the worms are going to eat the nutrition.
And so if you don't give, I can't get the medication and supplies I need to have a medical clinic.
The whole purpose of a medical team is not just to save lives, it's to open up hearts to Christ. And so by opening up hearts to Christ, people begin to listen to our pastor the other 51 weeks out of the year, all because of having their physical needs met in our medical clinic. Our goal here is to plant churches here in Belize that will reach Belize for Christ, that are run by Belizeans, that become self-sustaining, and they will reach their villages for Christ. But to get to that level, they need help. They need people who will give financially to help sponsor the church. They need people who will pray for them. But we also need people who will come here and serve on the medical team.
I encourage you strongly to pray and see what God lays on your heart for the country of Belize.